comes to terms.
Again, two things have to happen. One of two things has to happen. Brock shows up on Raw tomorrow night, or agrees to terms for his next title opportunity, or he's stripped of the Universal Championship. Balor Club has come to Pittsburgh.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Bray, County Wicklow, Ireland, Finn Balor.
You know, Corey, Finn Balor is one of those athletes that really would fit into the steel city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, that blue collar attitude, never say die. Big heart, lots of guts. That's what Balor's made of.
I think you're absolutely right. I mean, the Irish blood that flows through Finn Balor represents all those same qualities. Strong Irish community here in Pittsburgh. The Rudies, of course, from the Steelers. Very, very big, important members of the community. Finn Balor, wildly popular in the Iron City.
Well, it's going to be interesting here tonight, boys, because you can say all the good things you want about Finn Balor. Let's be honest. He let the Constable get to him. He's let the Constable get underneath his skin. And whether you like to admit it or not, he is the underdog here tonight.
Coach, he may be the underdog, but I look at things the other way. I think it's Finn Balor who's gotten under the skin of Constable Corbin.
I can verify that since Finn Balor arrived in WWE, he has been under the skin of Baron Corbin. Baron feels like the hype was not warranted, that Finn Balor doesn't deserve the spot because he's too small. And on the other hand, Balor doesn't have much respect for how Baron Corbin got to where he's at, being appointed by Stephanie McMahon.
Well, I'll tell you what, ever since he became the Constable, I feel like he's fit into a role that not only he is comfortable in, but now he is starting to be dominant and realize his potential, talking about Baron Corbin.
And again, what does the Constable do? Well, he was appointed by Stephanie McMahon, the commissioner of Monday Night Raw, and basically he, well, helps the checks and balances, make sure General Manager Kurt Angle does the job he was appointed to do.
And guess what? Kurt Angle's been doing a better job since Baron Corbin showed up. That's fact.
Be interested to hear what the Constable or Stephanie McMahon have to think about the ultimatum handed down by our General Manager Kurt Angle toward the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar a few moments ago. Nonetheless, this battle here between Corbin and Finn Balor has really been about who is the, quote, bigger man.
His opponent, from Kansas City, weighing 285 pounds, Constable Baron Corbin.
Stephanie McMahon's personally appointed Constable of Monday Night Raw, Baron Corbin. I don't know if JoJo should be sassing the Constable.
Ladies and gentlemen, his opponent, Stephanie McMahon's personally appointed Constable of Raw, Baron Corbin.
Well, let's say there's about 18,000 people that need to be reminded of things from time to time.
For the first time ever, Balor and Corbin go one-on-one here tonight at Extreme Rules. They've had a number of tag team encounters over the years. And the matchup is now underway. Baron Corbin said, "I'm so talented, I can pretty much do anything possible."
Finn Balor refers to himself as the extraordinary man who does extraordinary things. Pound for pound, the best around. All sorts of clever monikers. Corbin just wants to knock him out.
I will say this, and Finn has shown us over the course of his career, and specifically the last 4 to 6 months, that yes, he is undersized, but no matter who he's in there with, he's always in the match. He's always ultra competitive.
You know, right, Court.
Finn Balor is fearless, sometimes to a fault, sometimes to his own detriment.
You know, Finn Balor was a guest of our All-Star panel on the Extreme Rules kickoff show, which of course airs an hour before all of our dual-branded pay-per-view events. And Balor said that, listen, hey, I may be half as big as Corbin, but twice as good. I've spent my entire career battling men bigger than me. I'm not going to sweat Constable Corbin tonight.
But is that somebody who's just saying it to make himself believe it?
No.
Or does he honestly believe it?
Baron Corbin.
When it comes to technique, absolutely. If you're talking about in-ring maneuvers, agility, Finn Balor, boom! Yes, probably has a step or two on Baron Corbin. He's traveled the globe and learned this for many, many years. That said, that's why there are weight classes in combat sports many times, because one right hand from Corbin can totally turn your lights out, no matter how good your technique is.
Corbin just taking it to Balor now in the corner.
Look at this, just ruthless.
It is clear that the game plan is to be as physical and as dominant early as Baron Corbin could possibly be.
There he is again with the "he's too small" pointed toward Finn Balor. Constable Corbin, of course, a former Mr. Money in the Bank, although
Don't do it, Cole.
One of just a few in history who have failed to cash in the contract for a
Keep reminding people of that. There's going to be repercussions.
Many would say, Corey, that it's just made Corbin a hungrier competitor.
I would agree with that.
Baron Corbin will admit that himself, but you keep reminding people that he came up short. I mean, the Constable doesn't like that.
There's no way that he can hear Michael from this far away.
Yeah, because we don't have On Demand on the WWE Network, right, Coach?
And now wrestling Corbin, wrestling Finn Balor back to the mat again and continues to control the left arm of Finn Balor. Balor, first ever Universal Champion. Won the title a number of years ago and then had to relinquish 24 hours later due to a shoulder injury.
I think that ultimately, Michael, is what gets Finn, is that, because of injury, he had to relinquish. And it's taken him years now to get back to this point. And he doesn't like to be reminded of that.
No, Corbin, never short on confidence, needs to be careful.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
And Finn Balor paid. Cover by the Constable. Both legs hooked and a kick out at 2.
Talk about how Finn Balor probably has a speed advantage on Baron Corbin. That does not mean that Corbin does not possess freaky speed of his own. An unreal athlete.
An incredible athlete, Corey. Golden Gloves champion, a former NFL player. Corbin with all the physical tools.
Anybody will tell you that whether you're talking NBA superstar, NFL player, or WWE superstar, the difference between everybody else and them, size, quickness, and that's what we just saw from Baron Corbin.
And the other thing about Constable Corbin, Corey, is he's homegrown. He learned his skills in WWE at the Performance Center.
You're absolutely right. That's like being drafted right into the major leagues. You have to learn to swim or else you sink.
And Corbin continuing to trash talk Finn Balor as he has been dominating this matchup. Although Balor out to the apron, uses his quickness, buries his shoulder in the gut of Constable. Oh my God! What a right by Corbin! Balor may be out.
Night.
It's over.
Here's the cover to put Balor away, and a nonchalant cover, and Balor kicked out.
And see, this is where I have to criticize Baron Corbin. I like the trash talk, but you can't be lackadaisical. You can't take Finn Balor for granted, because if you do...
Oh, you're right, Coach, but let's take another look at this.
What a forearm!
Absolutely deadly right from the Constable. I am amazed that Balor escaped this one.
And now back to work on the left arm, the neck and the shoulder of Finn Balor by the much larger Constable Corbin.
You swag before the match, you swag after the match, but when you're in the match, you take everybody like they're the absolute world champ.
Ordinarily, that's a great strategy, and I agree with you, especially when it comes to a superstar the caliber of Finn Balor. This isn't some run-of-the-mill superstar who's on something of a hot streak. This is Finn Balor, the first ever Universal Champion, and accolades a mile long.
Absolutely.
Look at Finn, though. Tremendous heart as he looks to fight back in the match. Just shoved into the corner by Corbin. Balor caught him in the face with a double boot. Now Finn looking somehow to pick up the pace as he drops Corbin. Balor's got to quicken the pace in this match to have a chance.
But every time Finn has attempted to speed up the pace, the Constable slows it right back down.
Step up Enziguri, caught.
That's a bad place for Corbin to be.
And this is in Balor's drop zone. Finn gonna head up to the top rope.
And it took too long.
Corbin back to his feet.
Goozle on Finn. Oh no.
From the top rope, Balor in trouble. Oh, there's that choke slam backbreaker. Cover, hook of the leg, and a kick out by Balor at 2.5. Near fall, and the Constable's livid.
And he's got to watch it. You cannot lay your hands on the referee or get that close. Focus on Finn.
I think Corbin just frustrated over the fact that Balor was able to kick out of this.
Look at the incredible height. Balor's spine bending backwards across the knee of Corbin. But once again, the Irishman tucks his way out of that one.
And the irate Corbin right in referee John Cone's face, and now looking to take this frustration out on his opponent here.
If we're being completely objective, I think this is as good as Baron Corbin has looked maybe in his career.
So far, so good if you're Constable Corbin. In fact, Ronda Rousey, who's at ringside watching this matchup, has been impressed. She's been Instagramming throughout as Corbin misses wildly. And the Slingblade by Balor.
Now, what has he got?
Guts, determination, and deep six.
Is it enough to put Balor away? Cover, shoulders down. And again, Balor kicks out. And you got to give Balor credit to hang in this match.
But every count is getting a little bit longer, and there's only going to be so much that Finn Balor is going to be able to take.
You're right, Coach. There's only so much punishment the human body can withstand. I don't care how tough you are. And it seems that just as tough as Finn Balor is, Baron Corbin seems to have a wealth of punishment to dish out.
As frustrated as Baron has been the last couple of minutes. I think he's thoroughly enjoying the performance, and yes, it's a performance that he's putting on in front of these good fans here in Pittsburgh
Look
tonight.
at these brutal 12-6 elbows right between the shoulder blades of Balor. I think Finn might be out. Just dead weight right now. Uh-oh.
Now Balor, though.
Oh, nice.
Right to the chest.
But here's the thing, he's got to keep Baron Corbin off his feet.
And Corbin, like a man possessed, instinctively getting right back up to his feet, but Balor!
Oh!
He drives Corbin to the corner. Finn Balor now with Corbin there.
This is the only way you keep it even.
Balor looking to go up top. Looking for the coup de grace. Finn Balor looking to put this matchup away. Can he do it here? And again, Corbin.
Balor at this point just needs a Hail Mary. That wasn't the answer.
Almost
Looking
playing.
for the end of days. However, Finn Balor.
Inside cradle.
Shoulders are down. Balor got it. Balor got it.
Here is your winner, Finn Balor.
Corbin is beside himself with good reason. Talk about it, as close to a surefire victory as you can have. Corbin just let it slip through his fingers.
As good as he looked, and as good as he was, you can see the look on Baron Corbin's face. He understands all that matters is the end game, the W, the finish. And Finn Balor is the man with his hands in the air.
What an incredible performance by Finn Balor here tonight. Every time he went for the coup de grace, Corbin able to counter, and in the end, as Corbin went for end of days, Finn Balor turns it into an inside cradle and picks up a massive win here tonight.
As you said it, Corbin looking to put the final nail in the coffin, but Balor just a hair too quick, able to apply an inside cradle and shock the Constable and pick up a big-time victory in Pittsburgh.
Corey, you know I'm way better than the rest of us, but it's going to be about 24 hours, and the Constable is going to have to